Yo, another 5 miles, another 250 push-ups. So, it's the American black male a victim. Is the American black male a victim? Something that I found out whenever I did the post about the American black male in the rage post, that I realized how many idiots and how many ignorant people there are out here. So, when I put out videos now, it's to a point where I just put videos out because it really doesn't matter what I say. The fact that I'm a black man speaking his truth and somebody doesn't agree, immediately they label it as being a victim, because what that does, that try to silence the person who's speaking. So because you're speaking the truth being well documented, how black males have been treated in these United States, it's amazing to me how we even get labeled as being victims. Ah, shit. So, what I mean by is the American black male victim. No, the American black male is not a victim. The American black male is what he is. He's a part of a process. He's part of a process. He doesn't claim to be a victim. He doesn't want to be a victim. He doesn't cry victim. But whenever something happens, he's going to explain why it happened, why it is occurring, and the process of why it's occurring. Let's say it that way, because there's two reasons. Being a victim is like, okay, something happens by nothing that you did, something occurs, boom, okay, victim. But if something is occurring because somebody is intentionally doing something against you, how can you be called a victim? And that's where it starts to get real gray real fast when you start hearing the word victim. Because you can have you can go as far as talking about the Me Too movement. Are they crying victim? Oh, no, Rome, that's different. That's women. Da, 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 da. A victim is a victim. Victim is a victim. Black men are not victims. We have circumstances that were placed upon us. And what people say is, oh, you're crying victim. It's circumstances that was placed upon us, directly upon us. There's literally a law called the Mann Act, M-A-N. The Mann Act is literally a law directed toward actually one specific person if you research it, but it's directed toward black men. There were actually laws written directly toward black men. Then we talk about it, or I'll talk about it. It's like, oh, you're crying victim. There were actually laws directly toward black men. That's like, and that's why a lot of black men don't speak on things, because everything we say is like people think we're crying victim, and all we're doing is we're explaining something that occurred to us. If somebody hits you with a bat, and 2 years later you say, hey, this person hit me with a bat, are you crying victim, or are you just explaining what happened 2 years earlier? And that's why a lot of black men don't speak. That's why a lot of black men just hold things to themselves. That's why a lot of black men, and then when you do talk, when you do speak, when you do talk about your grievances, it's like nobody hears you. Nobody hears you, or you're a victim. Or it's like man up. Or it's like pull yourself up by your bootstraps. And all this other nonsense. And black men to this point, you're just like, we're so over it. We're over it. We're over it. There's really nothing you can tell a black man at this point. There's very little you can talk to a black man about at this point in time who lives in America. An American black male, there's very little you can tell us. They're just like, we're so over it. I'm like, okay, they made this law. I'm like, all right, they're doing this to these people. Oh, well, why ain't you helping us over here? Because we're so over it. It's no longer used to be just like you would hear things and stuff like that, but now we have the internet. Now you have social media. We openly see these things, and we're just like, that's when the gaslighting starts. Black men get gaslighted left and right. Like, no, that's not what you're seeing. It's something different. No, it's not true. The women are this. No, it's not true. The government that. No, it's not true. This, that, and the other. You're just not going hard enough, or you're not. Whatever it is, it's never like, we understand. Let's work on fixing it. It's always, no, you're not doing enough and you need to do more. It's like you can't win for losing. That's why you have so many black men who are so disconnected. They're just disconnected because they're just like, they see us, the older ones, they see us. And I'm only 49. And they see all the BS we went through and they're like, oh, we ain't doing all that. Y'all can have all that. We're going over here and doing this. That's why I talk about the American black community, the black community and the culture and all this other shit. It's BS. It's useless. Because the men behind me, trust me, they don't care. So back to the original. Are American black men victims? No, we're not victims. We're not victims. Well, none of us are crying victim. None of us go on TV and start crying victim, victim, victim. They're messing with us, blah, blah, blah. We just suck it up and keep it pushing. That's the whole stoic inside of us. We just suck it up and keep it pushing. We try to talk to other men and we keep it pushing. So, to the black men out there, keep it pushing. Do what you got to do to separate yourself from people, circumstances, situations, locations. Always do what's best for you without harming yourself and without harming other people. Always do what's best for you. No one's going to understand. Definitely no one's going to care. You're not a victim. Change your circumstances. Move from people. Leave situations. I'm out.